Salute to the people. Double salute as always. Black Goose TV family, we back up in this thing as always, man. Don't let nobody ever tell you that you stressed. Tell them that I'm blessed, nigga. Get the fuck away from me. You already know what it is, man. We up in here. I got some Devin Haney news for you. I got some George Kambosos news for you. Unfortunately, Lomachenko is out of the picture when it comes to this particular fight. The 135 division is filled, it's set, it's ready to go. And unfortunately, it does not involve Loma at all. Loma fans, don't get sad because there's a little whisper, there's a little, you know what I'm saying, elephant in the room talking about we might get Shakur Stevenson versus Lomachenko, but that's a whole nother video. I ain't gonna talk about this here. We're gonna stay on topic. We have it official. It's made. It's happening. It's going down. The rematch, Devin Haney versus George Kambosos Jr. is set for October 16th in Melbourne. How do y'all feel about this? Y'all excited for this fight? Y'all feel any type of way? Do you feel like, I don't give a fuck? Because Devin Haney put down that work on George Kambosos. I don't see how it could be any different the second time. This is a waste of my time. This is a waste of money. If you think I'm gonna watch this again, you stupid. Is that how y'all feel? Or are y'all more on my side where I'm just like, hey, yo, I'm giving George Kambosos the benefit of the doubt. I think he can come back stronger. I think he can look a lot more impressive in the second fight. I think he did not do enough in the first fight. I don't think he put the pressure on Haney enough. I don't think he tried to be aggressive enough. I don't think he tried to really put Haney in an uncomfortable position. I thought he came in lackluster. I don't think he underestimated Haney. I just think his game plan was wrong because possibly his team felt like maybe, hey, our game plan will be better than his. Which means they discredited the physical abilities and the physical attributes of Haney. You feel me? That's how I see it. That's how I think it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all may not see it that way. A lot of y'all may be like, hey, yo, Devin Haney watched him. It was an easy fight. They shouldn't have made this rematch. It should have been Loma. It should have been Loma. It should have been Loma. It's some bullshit. They should have postponed it. They're going to lose money. No one's going to watch it. That's cool. That's fair. That's fine. I'm not disputing anybody who feels that way because you actually have every right to feel that way. I'm going to tell you this right now. I didn't go back and rewatch Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. One, I didn't. Why? Because it was a clear-cut win. And so when you have a clear-cut win like that, it's like when the rematch gets, announced, it's like, okay. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm a boxing head. I'm a boxing fan. I love Devin Haney. I think Kambosos is actually a really, really, really good talent at 135. I think he gives basically anybody of everybody in that division some trouble, whether he wins or loses. So I do think if they make the right adjustments, if they put their head on in the right screw place, you feel me? If that made any sense, I think he can come down and give Devin Haney a much more tougher fight the second time. But with that being said, I still think we're going to have the same outcome with Haney just outclassing my guy. But with that, I'm not gonna jump to no conclusions. That's my personal opinion. But how y'all feel about this, man? Is this the fight y'all wanted to see? If this is a fight y'all gonna be interested in, or are you like, man, just throw this shit away in the garbage? Let's get this shit over with because we know how it's gonna go. Let's move on. I'm trying to see Haney versus Loma. I'm trying to see Haney versus Tank. I'm trying to see Haney versus blah blah blah. Right? I get that and I understand it, but let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of this article. Before I do, man, make sure y'all hit that like button below. Subscribe to the channel. Road to 5K before the end of the year. Y'all already know what it is. Appreciate all the support. Notification gang. And then, of course, comment on this joint. Let me know how you feel. All right? So let's get into this article and let's talk about this confirmation. Coming from BoxingScene.com, Haney Kambosos rematch set for October 16th at Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne. Let's get it. Devin Haney will return to Australia to defend the 4 lightweight titles even earlier than undisputed 135-pound champion expected. Multiple sources have confirmed to BoxingScene.com that the immediate rematch between Haney and former champion George Kambosos Jr. will take place on October 16 in Melbourne. The second 135-pound championship bout between Haney of Henderson, Nevada, and Sydney Kambosos will headline a Foxtel main event pay-per-view show in Kambosos' home country. ESPN will televise the Haney-Kambosos rematch live the night of October 15th in the United States. Big Fight Weekend, Dan Rafael first reported that October 16th is a target date for the Haney-Kambosos rematch. Their second lightweight title fight in barely a 4-month span will be held at Rod Laver Stadium, a venue primarily known as one of the sites of the annual Australian Open tennis tournament. Rod Laver Stadium, which has a retractable roof, should be able to accommodate between 16 to 17K fans for boxing. The first fight, which Haney won by unanimous decision June 5th, attracted an announced crowd of 41,000 to Marvel Stadium in Melbourne. The Victoria state government has made substantial financial commitments to bring both Haney and Kambosos bouts to Melbourne in efforts to promote tourism in Australia's second most populous city. So we're going from a 42,000 crowd arena to a 17,000 crowd arena, which is very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see if this will benefit George Kambosos. Maybe there's something going into, maybe George Kambosos had a different game plan. Maybe he was supposed to do something different, and maybe he froze. Maybe he froze. It was his hometown. A lot of people trying to say a lot of pressure was on Haney, but a lot of pressure was on Kambosos too, because it was in his backfield, the biggest crowd he ever performed against, and he had to really show out, and he kind of froze a little bit if you want to look at it that way. So maybe there will be a benefit with him having a smaller crowd. He already basically took that L. He's going to come out like there's nothing to lose. So I do think this is going to be a more competitive fight, regardless if people are interested or not, or if regardless people think he's just going to get smoked. I do think it's going to be a more interesting fight. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. The Oakland native convincingly beat Kambosos last month to retain his WBC world title and also become undisputed. Kambosos, who lost the 3 titles he won when he previously upset undefeated Teofimo Lopez on November 27th of last year. The 29-year-old Kambosos made it clear during their post-fight press conference that he would exercise his contractual right to a lucrative immediate rematch, but he initially indicated that it would take place sometime in November. Yeah, that's one thing that is surprising to me. I thought this was going to be a little bit later in the year, or I thought Top Rank, ESPN, Bob old man Bob was going to pull some strings like old Pinocchio's puppet master and somehow be able to fit Lomachenko into that October date, have Devin Haney and Loma fight, and then the winner of that get George Kambosos early next year. That's what I thought was going to happen, because I thought that's where a lot of the money would be. But apparently, hey man, can't go past that contract, baby. You sign on a dotted line, and when I sign on a dotted line, we got to make the time happen where it says the time's supposed to happen. So I respect it. As much as I got my hopes high enough where I'm like, yes, Devin Haney versus Loma might happen before the end of the year, I'm leveled back down. It's going to be Kambosos versus Devin Haney in October. It's going to be 2. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. We do Influence Lounge for that. I'm excited for the fight, regardless if it's not Loma. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Are you excited for this? You know what I'm saying? Give your unbiased opinion. Drop it below in the comments. But hey, I don't know if it's true, but there's rumors that Loma versus Shakir might happen. Bob Earl even said the fight needs to happen. So I don't know. We might see Loma versus Shakir before we see Devin versus Loma. I don't know. We'll see. That might all be capped. But how y'all feel about this particular announcement, man? Drop it below in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel. Road to 5K, y'all, before the end of the year. Y'all already know what it is. Much love. Arnold Schwarzenegger side of the game. I'll be back. More boxing. Stay blessed, not stressed. Y'all already know what it is. You beautiful.